In 2010, the San Francisco Buddhist Center community came together to purchase 5 acres and a house with a vision of hosting meditation retreats.
But it was a complete dump and it was covered in garbage. But there was something about it. The trees and the air just kind of blew me away.
Some members of our community felt this place was a little bit had some bad energies.
People burnt sage and did various things, and there were definitely, I think Savannah Prabha was pretty convinced there were ghosts there.
But the property was completely covered in trash. And I remember all the junked out cars. There was an oil tanker, and there were tires everywhere too, strewn about the property. It was just trash everywhere.
The first big push of getting into what felt scary about that project, the first steps that seemed hard, was when Prasada Chitta and Hridayashree went up there and took out the old carpet and got a huge dumpster. And then it was like, okay, we're off. Let the games begin.
There were so many people who were involved in cleaning it up, and people felt part of it.
Yeah, it was like the perfect choose your activity to get involved project. Yeah? So if you want to pick up little bottle caps from the land and take your time finding them all right underneath the pine leaves, it lent itself to that. And I personally prefer a retreat space as a space that has imperfections. Maybe in 10 years, someone will still find a bottle cap to pick up from under the pine leaves, and that'll be a wonderful thing. So to be able to contribute back, I feel is very important.
This humble 2-bedroom house is a beautiful symbol of generosity, bringing us together to study and practice. And we've begun to imagine what's needed so that this space can support our full retreat program.
And we had 80 enormous ponderosa pines die of a beetle kill infestation here. And they were just, laying like a mess around this property, just pick up sticks everywhere. And, we were kind of back and forth of like, oh, can we use this for something? And then it seemed like too much work, and we're just going to buck it up and have firewood for 2 centuries.
We just decided to utilize the wood that was there the best we could. This would have just gone to waste and just rotted here. We're making use of a resource that's available and abundant on this piece of property. There's some sort of symbiotic relationship with the beetles and this fungus that then infuses into the wood and, sort of just streaks it in this very unique way. And then when you slice it up, you get this, different sort of contrast Swiss cheese pattern of however this fungus, grows inside the wood.
I can feel his joy over the wood. Like, I'm not so sure I really felt joy because of wood until I met Vimalamoksha and worked with him in wood. And it truly brings out that quality of sympathetic joy, to like feel joyful about a thing that you wouldn't have previously been happy about.
We're paying a skilled craftsman to do this, and it's actually an incredibly small amount of money for a lot.
So the eave overhangs are 5 feet all the way around, so just, real wide brim hat. There's one central wall just as you come in the main doorway, and it's about 12 feet wide. On either side of it is just windows that wrap around sort of 180 degrees with this one sort of 12-foot wall that's probably 9 feet high.
It has a very rustic pagan quality to it, and the fact that, this structure that we're going to be taking sanctuary in grew on this land. So this structure in turn becomes like a very natural manifestation of this particular place and location.
But we really wanted this land because it had a beautiful forest. And it was pretty mature forest at that. Like some of these trees, you know, they're like 3 feet across, and you can just lean on them and feel the wind move in their branches.
The space element holds everything. Yeah? The space is critical. The space is the host and the container, the crucible. We're natural creatures. We're creatures of this earth, and to be in a place where that earth is more apparent is such a gift. So I feel that's really important to sustain us.
There's a point when somebody rings the bell and everybody silently starts walking towards the shrine room. And I just got this flash of that happening at the land. And it's a really lovely thing to look forward to. And that's worth investing in.